ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. So we have seen that Arjun was terrified at the form of Bhagwan and he requests Bhagwan after seeking forgiveness, etc., that you please come from the Vishwaroop to the normal Roop. And Sanjay also says that Bhagwan comes back to the four, the form with four hands. Now, before he comes to that form, he said in the 48th verse, Naveda yajñadhyayanair na danaihi na chakriyabhir na tapobhirugraihi evam rupa shakya aham nirloke drashtum yadanyena kuru pravira. This Virat Roop that Arjun saw is only possible by the grace of Bhagwan. It is not possible by any of these. By study of the Veda, by dana, by adhyayana, by any amount of rituals, austerities, none of that. Meaning, it is only grace of Bhagwan that can make anyone see this form. And also Bhagwan blessed Arjun with that Divya Chakshu, which is his grace. Then Bhagwan assured him, ki don't worry, don't be afraid, and drop all your fears. Vyapetapihi pritamana punastvam, and see this form of mine as before. Tadeva rupam, tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. So when Bhagwan said this and he assured Arjun, Bhagwan came back immediately to the form. Which is that form? The form with four hands. Swakam rupam darshayamasa bhuyah ashvasayamasa cha bhitamenam bhutva punah saumya vapur mahatma. So again he took up the form saumya rupa. Now Arjun, his mind has also now settled. See, Bhagwan, this is Bhaktavatsalata of Bhagwan. To the devotee who loves the Lord, Bhagwan is most obedient as though. Arjun said, show me the Vishwarupa, immediately Bhagwan showed Vishwarupa. Then Bhagwan realized, array, this Arjun can't see, so Bhagwan blessed him with Divya Chakshu. Then he showed him everything in that, and then he also showed him that how Pandavas are winning, Kauravas will lose. And he removed his, doership also. He said, you just be an instrument. I have already killed all of them. So don't have any guilt, don't have any fear, don't have any despair. And when Arjun saw all that, he surrendered, and then he also sought forgiveness. And he said, you please come back to normal Roop. Again, Bhagwan has come back to normal Roop. Bhagwan Arjun told Bhagwan, you be my charioteer. Okay, I will be your charioteer. He said, you take my chariot, place it between the two armies. Okay. Look at the Lord, how obedient he is to the devotee. And we think man proposes, God disposes. What man proposes, God disposes. Man commands and God follows. Look at that. That is Bhakta Vatsalta of Bhagavan. What the devotee says Bhagavan is doing, how humble, how beautiful is the relationship between Bhakta and Bhagavan. And where required, Bhagavan will also, he doesn't follow everything that Bhakta says. Whatever is in the interest of Bhakta, Bhagavan will do. When Arjun said that I want to go to the forest, Bhagavan didn't say, okay, go. Bhagavan held him back. So the point here is, this is devotion. This is the power of devotion also, that even Bhakta, even Bhagavan becomes Bhakta Paradhina, it is said. Bhakta Paradhin means he is not dependent on Bhakta, or he is not a slave of the Bhakta. But it is a way of saying that the power of bhakti makes the Lord also follow the devotee, and what the devotee wishes, Bhagavan just fulfills. So the wrong notion that we may have sometimes in our mind that, I am praying but Bhagavan doesn't listen only, I think is very difficult to please. No, bhakti is important, bhav is important. And whatever is in our good interest, Bhagavan will do. He is not sitting there to reject applications. He is sitting there to approve. And he wants us to fulfill desires, see its limitation, rise above desires, and realize oneness with him. Simple. So Bhagavan shows his normal rupa, and Arjun also says, Drashtvedam manusham rupam tava saumyam janardana. Now I see your human form, and this is Saumya Rupa. So, O Janardana, idanim asmi samrittaha sacheta prakritim gataha. Now I am at peace. I have regained my normal nature, and my mind is composed. Now Bhagavan says, Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drashtavanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kangshinaha Naham Vedairna Tapasa Nadanena Nachejyaya Shakya Evam Vidho Drashtum Drashtavanasi Mam Yatha. So Bhagavan says, Sudurdarsham idam rupam drashtavanasi yanmama. This idam rupam, this form is Sudurdarsham. Durdarsham means very difficult to have this darshan. It is not Durdarshan, okay? It is small u. Don't say that Durdarshan is mentioned in the Gita. This is Durdarshan. Means difficult to have this darshan. But it is most auspicious, Sudurdarsham idam. Though it is most difficult to have Bhagwan's grace, Arjun had this Vishwarup darshan, and it was most auspicious also, yet it is most terrifying also. Whatever Arjun has seen, this whole Vishwarupa, Bhagwan says, Drashtavanasi yan mama, Deva apyasya rupasya nityam darshana kangshinaha. Even the devatas keep craving for this rupa. To see Vishwarupa, devatas also can't see. They are more subtler, powerful beings than us, but they also can't see. Why? Because actually their longing is not for this. Their longing is for enjoyment. Even when they go to seek the help of Bhagwan, it is mainly for, oh Bhagwan, these asuras are troubling us, please help us, please protect us, please relieve us from this pain. They don't go to Bhagwan for the sake of Bhagwan. Their bhakti is sakama bhakti. And also it is meant, also it is that they use Bhagwan as a means in that context, that they want only fulfillment of their desires. So they don't long for this actually. Same way Asuras also. Devtas have more pleasure, Asuras have more, some of them they have certain powers and siddhis and all that also. Devtas also have. Devtas are more indulgent. Asuras follow many adharmic things also. And they also indulge. So Devtas and Asuras both they go to Bhagwan, but they don't go to Bhagwan for his sake. They go for fulfilling their desires. And so even they, Nityam Darshana Kankshinaha means they also can't get this darshan. It is not that they are eagerly waiting when will we have Vishwarup darshan. They are interested in enjoyment. But the point of mentioning that here is this, that what is rare even for Devta, subtler beings and powerful beings who have done this much punya karma, even they can't have this darshan which you have had. Now the next one is, it seems like a repetition, that Naham Veda na tapasa, not by the study of the Vedas, because Veda will reveal the infinite truth as our essential nature. Veda will talk about Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Veda will talk about this whole Srishti is appearance of Bhagwan. Veda will talk about Devatas, Ishta Devata, and many other things. But Veda does not say about Vishwarupa in the sense, the way in which Arjun saw. Study of the Veda can't give us the vision of Vishwarupa. It can give us vision of oneness. So intellectually we will be able to realize and understand, and then we can even apply the meditation techniques, contemplation techniques, and come to realize oneness in the heart. But Vishwarupa, as Arjun saw, can't we realize through the study of the Veda? But it is a means to know the self, know our true nature. But Vishwarupa is something completely extraordinary, extremely rare. So Sudu Naham Vede na tapasa, not by any amount of tapas, like doing Chandrayana Vrat, etc. Even the earlier shloka when it came, there also the word tapas, vrata, it means that. So one of the toughest vratas is called Chandrayana Vrata, and in that people do. So sometimes Chandrayana Vrata is done also for Prayaschitta. If some sin has been committed, then as an atonement for that, Chandrayana Vrata is done. So what is Chandrayana Vrat? So this Krishna Paksha, full moon, Purnima, 15 morsels of food one will eat on that day, whole day, only 15 morsels of food. And as the color of the moon reduces, that morsels of the food also will reduce. So Purnima 15 morsels, meaning 15 handfuls. Through the day, not one time. Full day, only 15 morsels you can eat. Then 14th, on 14th, it will be this, what you call, on the next day it will be 14 morsels. Then third day 13, fourth day 12, like that it will keep reducing. Then Amavasya, nothing, total fast. Then again from Amavasya to Purnima, one morsel will increase. So it is very difficult to do this. Only one morsel of food on the Prathama, then Dvitiya, only two morsels, then 3, 4, 5. Don't say my one morsel is so big, then it is okay. What comes in this much area, then you hold the fist, this much area, what comes, not like this full open. Then you can fill as much as you want. What comes in a fist, this much only it will come. That much one eats. Now, that is a tapas for the body also, and then, mind also, a lot of tapas required for that, because one will be irritable otherwise. So one does japa, one does chanting, one does snan, one does whatever sadhanas, and tries to live in a sattvic way. All that vrata also one can do, but the Vishwarup can't be seen by that. That vrata will help to eradicate the papa karmas. It will help to destroy the negative sinful tendencies. It won't produce vision of the cosmic form. So now naham vedai, na tapasa, na danena. How much ever dana one may do, one will get punya. Vishwarup darshan can't come with dan. Punya will come. That punya will bring satsang and many other things. But Vishwarup not by dan. Not by yajna. Nacha yajyaya. There you can please the devatas, and devatas themselves are seeking darshan of Bhagwan. Meaning it is difficult for them only. Then how will one get? By just propitiating the devatas. So he says, not any of this, it is possible to have this form, this darshan. Shakya evam vidho drashtum. Drashtavanasi mam yatha, the way in which you have seen me. Now this is done regular one meaning of these two shlokas, whereby we see that Bhagwan is saying, very difficult to attain this by any of these means. Then how is it possible to attain? That he will say in the next one. So I will come to that. But it seems like a repetition. This 48th verse also he says, na veda yajna dhenai na danaihi. Again here he says that, na ham veda na tapasa. Why is Bhagwan doing repetition? So, one thing we have to know here is, earlier when Bhagwan said it is not possible to see Naveda Yajna Dhyanayana Danehi, when he said that in the 48th verse, he actually refers in that verse to the Vishwarupa. That Vishwarup can't be seen in this way by any of these Veda, Adhyayana, Yajna, Dana, and none of this. Now, second time when he is saying, this is saying after coming back to Saumya Rupa, the Rupa with four hands, Chaturbhuja Rupa. That clarification is not given anywhere else. Ram Sukdas ji's book, he gives this clarification. He says it will be repetition if, we consider that when Bhagwan is saying here, Sudur Darsham Idam Rupam, this Idam Rupam does not mean Vishwarupa. In general, people translate it like that only, and there's nothing wrong by itself, because even that Rupa is difficult. It can't be seen through any of these Veda, Adhyayana, and Tapas, and Yajna, and Dana, and all that. But actually here he means that Chaturbhuj Rup. This Chaturbhuj Rup also can't be seen by any of these. Shakya evam vidho drashtum drashtavanasi mam yatha. Because that Chaturbhuj Rup also, if one wants to see, then what does one require? Vishwarup, of course, by Divya Drishti and Bhagwan's Kripa only that will happen. Nothing else can make us see the Vishwarupa. But Chaturbhuj Rup also, study of the Veda, etc., can make us aware of Chaturbhuj Rupa, and then we may do some upasanas, etc. So that Chaturbhuj Rupa is explained in many scriptures. Veda also will explain, Narayana Suktam will explain, the Srimad Bhagavatam will explain. So all scriptures will explain Chaturbhuj Rupa. Study can give us the information. Then we have to do the upasana. Then we have to do the worship. Build a bond. Have the bhakti. All that how to do, Veda will tell us. And if we do this, vrata and tapa, dana and yajna, etc., we will create the punya karma, we will destroy the papa karmas, all that will happen, which can strengthen the bhakti bhav. And then through that, one will see the form of Bhagwan in the Chaturbhuj Rupa. But only when he wants to reveal himself, he will reveal. It is not by that a result of this, he will be compelled to reveal himself. No. And that's why he says in the next one that what will be required if one has to have darshan of this Chaturbhuj Roop, this I am reading now, this clarity has come now. Earlier one is generally thinking all these commentaries, Shankaracharyaji's commentary, Gurudev's commentary, other commentaries, they are explaining this only in the context of Vishwarupa. That Vishwarupa is very difficult to have except grace of Bhagwan. No, nothing else can give us the vision of the cosmic form. But now after coming back to the Chaturbhuj Roop and Arjun saying, yes, yes, now my mind is peaceful, then again Bhagwan is saying this form which you are seeing, that can't be seen even by study of the Veda and all this. Meaning Bhagwan's darshan is not a product of any amount of our sadhana. The only method is complete surrender to the Lord. And so that's what he says. Bhaktya tvananyaya shakyaha ahamevam vidhorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. So here he says that Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakyah. Tu means change in topic. That none of those above can lead you to the Chaturbhuj Roop Darshan also. But, tu means but. But this can lead you. What? Ananyaya bhaktya. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakyah. It is possible. Aham evam vidho Arjuna. In this way, Arjun. Which this way? This Chaturbhuj Roop. See, Ananya Bhakti is towards one. Na anya vidyate, where there is no other. When Mirabai said, Mere to Giridhar Gopal, dusro na koi. Only one form. And complete devotion and surrender to that form to the extent one depends only on the grace of Bhagavan, not on anyone, not on any sadhana, not on one's own efforts, nothing. If Bhagavan wants to give me darshan, I will have. But does that mean that the person is not doing any sadhana and whiling away time? No, no. Continuously thinking about Bhagavan single pointed. That is Ananya Bhakti. Mind is not occupied by anything else. But one knows deep down that it is one has surrendered, saying, whenever Bhagavan wants to give me darshan, he will give. He knows my desire. He is Antaryami. I am just taking his name, whatever, say chanting his glories, doing his puja. I am engaged in service of the Lord, worship of the Lord. Whenever Bhagavan wants, he will give. So one who depends exclusively only on bhakti, on Bhagavan, not on one's own purushartha also. That is complete surrender. That is Ananya Bhakti. And Ananya Bhakti also means to understand that Ananya Bhav is to not see another, meaning not only as Ishta Devata, the form of Bhagavan is one which one worships, but this whole universe also one sees as the appearance of that one form only. In Ramayana, Tulsidas ji says, So Ananya Jake Mati Asinatarai Hanumant Mai Sevaka Sacharachara Rupa Swami Bhagavant. That person who understands this entire Charachar universe is to be Bhagavan, is appearance of Bhagavan, and he thinks of himself as a sevak of that Lord who is appearing as this whole world. So one sees oneness in the world and the Lord, that Bhagavan alone is the world. And that one Lord alone. So Ramji alone pervades this whole universe. That is Hanumanji's Bhavana. Mirabai's Bhavana is Krishna pervades this entire universe. And Krishna is the supreme. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Like that, each devotee, for Ramakrishna it is Mother Kali who pervades everything. And she is the supreme. That is Ananya Bhakti. So he says that even this form, Chaturbhuj Roop, cannot be seen by any other method. Only Ananya Bhakti is required for that. And with that, what will happen? Three things will happen. Jnatum, drashtum, cha tattvena praveshtum. Three things. It is only through Ananya Bhakti can one attain the knowledge also of who the Lord is. Gnatum. Swamiji, without Ananya Bhakti also we are knowing, we are reading. We can open any book and read about God. We will know. We may get some information, but intellectual conviction we will not get. Gnatum. Gnatum here is not intellectual, just mere information. It is intellectual conviction that yes, Bhagwan is real, Bhagwan's form is real, my relationship with Bhagwan is real. All that. It's proper study. Yes, Veda will help us to get this, but that study is not producing this darshan. It is an important means, and that's why the devotee will do that. But the devotee has very good clarity that this is not producing. So one can't demand saying, I have studied the Veda, why Bhagwan is not appearing in front of me? I am doing this much of japa, why Bhagwan is not appearing in front of me? Bhagwan is not going to appear as a product, as a effect of all this. Bhagwan will come out of his will. That the devotee understands and accepts that whatever is the will of Bhagwan, whenever he wants, he will bless me with darshan. Now this clarity, this intellectual conviction is Gnatum. This Gnatum word means that in this context. I can know about Bhagwan, intellectually be convinced about Bhagwan only then. When I study properly, when I reflect, I understand who is God, what is the state of what is my relationship with Bhagwan, how the form is real, and how the absolute truth also is real, how there is essential oneness, all that one has to study and get intellectual conviction. Because that conviction will give the impetus to the sadhana. If somewhere deep down I feel no, God is only a support, a crutch, no, all this is not real. No, really, you think that Shivji exists? There's a fountain on his head. And do you know how weird it looks when Hindus are worshipping elephant god? How the elephant head sits on the human body. What weird thing it is. I don't think Ganesha really exists. Now, if that skepticism is in the mind, that bhav which should come to surrender will not come. So, who is Bhagwan? He is the Lord. Kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyatha kartum shakyam. He can do, he can not do, he can do very differently. He is sarva samartha. So, if he decides that yes, this is the form in which I will manifest with elephant head and human body, he will manifest. Nothing can stop him. If he appears as the whole creation, then why he can't appear in one particular form? And so many devotees have had darshan also of that form. When we say Moria, Ganapati Bappa Moria, Moria Goswami was a great devotee of Bhagwan, and Ganapatya is a one whole sect in our Sanatan Dharma. Ganapatyas are one of this Panchayatana. When we say Shaivas, Vaishnavas, Shaivites worship Shivji, Vaishnavites worship Vishnu Bhagwan, Shaktas worship Devi, then Sauryas worship Surya, and Ganapatyas worship Bhagwan Ganapati. And there are devotees, there are so many of them, and Ashtavinayak and so many other things which we know. Bhagwan Ganapati is again Supreme Brahman only. We chant in the Atharva Shirsha also, Veda has revealed his form also. So when one has studied, one has that conviction that yes, my Lord exists in this form. I am not praying to some intellectual support system created by some human beings just to make the mind single pointed. Initial stages, somebody may say all that just to convince a person, but if you go deep into the Shastra, it is not that human being has created God. All this is Western idea and so-called scientific idea, because the Western science and Western their religion, they don't match properly, and they have a conflict all the time with each other. So they want to distance away from each other. Here it is very different. These rishis have gone very deep into it, experienced it, discovered methods by which others can also experience. We have to apply it. But for application, I must have that conviction, clarity, thinking, and scriptures give enough logic and enough proofs, as well as examples of lives of saints. So if we go through all that properly, this Gnatum, we will get conviction. We should ask ourselves, what is my conviction about my Ishtadevata? Do I know? Earlier also I have said it, again it will come in Bhakti Yoga, again I will repeat, again and again I will keep telling this. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya, Leela, Sambandh, Dham, Swarup. 8 things of Bhagwan I must know. The Roop of Bhagwan I must be convinced thoroughly it is there, existing, real. As real as this form is, that real is Bhagwan's form. No, but this is made up of 5 elements, gross, tangible. Of course, Bhagwan's form is not made up of gross 5 elements, but his form is Chaitanya Swarup. But it is real. Bhagwan's form, Bhagwan's name is very powerful. One must have that Shraddha, that chanting the name of Bhagwan, sins get destroyed and Punya is attained, and one invokes the grace of Bhagwan finally through that. So, Rupa, Nama, Guna, what are the qualities of my Lord? Leela, what are the various sports that he has done? Leelas he has done, sports meaning not literal sports, but all actions of his are like a sport, like a game, where he doesn't have Karta Bhav, Bhokta Bhav. So it's like a Leela. So what are the Leelas of my Lord? What is the deeper significance of that? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. So Leela also means in that it is included where all he has manifested. All of these you will see, Shaivites, they have 12 Jyotirlingas and so many other places where Shiva temples have manifested Panchabhuta Lingas and all that. Vaishnavites have 108 Divya Deshams. Apart from other temples of Bhagavan Vishnu, 108 sacred places. Then Shaktas have 51 Shakti Peeths. Then this Ganapatyas, they have Ashtavinayak in Maharashtra alone. Then they have temples of Ganeshji across the other parts in the country also. Then we have Sauryas, so Sun Temple. 4 corners sun temples in our country. Martand Mandir up in Kashmir, Motera Sun Temple left side, Konark Sun Temple on the east side. Like that, different places, sun temple. In South India, in our Chinmay Mission Center in Puducherry, we have Surya Bhagwan's Vigraha. There are other temples also of Surya Devata, but the point here is all of these places. So there will be Leelas where Bhagwan has manifested, why he has manifested, what are the associations of devotees with that place, why Bhagwan is in that place, what is the reason behind it. One who understands all this, then the Shraddha increases. So Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, Kriya, what are the actions that Bhagwan does, what is his throughout the day. If you read Bhagavatam and some of these, if Bhagwan takes avatar, then his actions also, like Krityas, what are his actions? So like Panchakrityas of Shivji, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirobhava and Anugraha. 5 things Bhagwan engages in. Then Sambandha, what is my Sambandh with that Lord? Exclusive, what is my predominant emotion which I can cultivate? Then Dham, where does Bhagwan stay? What are the features of that place? How to go to that loka? What karmas can be done to go to the loka of Bhagwan? And finally, Swarupa. What is the Swarupa of Bhagwan? What is his essential nature? If I know all this properly, my Shraddha will be strong, my Bhakti will increase, Ananya Bhav will happen. Then that is the first step, Jnatum. When I study, when I get conviction, then Drashtum, the Bhavana will arise. My study should give rise to the Ananya Bhav. First step for Ananya Bhav is this, Jnatum. Without knowledge, feeling will not arise. I can't love something that I don't know anything about. And if I say that, oh, I love you very much, and I don't know anything about my beloved, then actually it is not love. It is only I'm using that person for my pleasure. And the moment that is over, then I will drop. That's why so many people say, no, where is me in this relationship? It's all about you only. I don't even exist. You don't even know anything much about me. So, where I love, then I want to know more. I can't love something without knowing. So, first step is knowledge, Jnatum. When I know that who is this Lord and what a wonderful Lord He is, and how kind, compassionate, caring, all the time He is with us, creator of this whole Srishti, all that, then Drashtum. One has bhavana, I want to have darshan of Bhagavan. And this Chaturbhuja Rupa Drashtum is meaning also that one can actually see Bhagavan in the Chaturbhuja Rupa. Because it is in the context of Krishna Bhagavan, we are saying Chaturbhuj Rupa, but you can apply this to any deity. One can have darshan of the form. Of course, physical darshan also is possible, but for that also the certain level of purity of mind has to happen, but it is also mystic vision, where the devotee experiences that in the mind. So that darshan of Bhagavan also is real. So it is possible, like Bhagavan says, Jnatum Drashtum. And when one sees, has a darshan, Bhagavan's devotees crave for the darshan of Bhagavan. That infinite, unmanifest, pure consciousness out of bhakti, because of bhakti, out of love and compassion for the devotee, takes a form and manifests in front of the devotee. That's the power of bhakti. When Bhagavan says, that he comes, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. He doesn't come to kill the devotee, the demons. He comes to fulfill actually mainly the desire of the bhakta who is been meditating, who has been craving to have darshan of Bhagavan for so many lives. And why so many lives? Because carrying on with punya, the papa karma, etc., exhausting, purifying the mind, it takes time. And then turn the senses introvert, develop that strong bhavna, all this gnatum, etc., it will take time. And then Bhagavan's darshan happens. Bhavana comes, gnatum, drashtum, and the devotee will see. So many devotees have had darshan of Bhagavan. So one can't just discount it saying, no, darshan of Bhagavan is not possible. This is all some story created by people. How many stories can you create? Centuries after centuries, this country has produced so many great Mahatmas who have had darshan of Bhagavan, who have taught people how to have darshan of Bhagavan. And following that, people have had also. And that is the path of our country. If somebody says that we are not a religious country and we are not, we are only a land of believers, a land of seekers, and if they go on an intellectual track alone, darshan of Bhagavan mystics have had, so many of them. And Gita itself is saying that. But of course, we know that that is not the ultimate. And so the third step, Bhagavan says, Tattvam, Tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa shakyaha. It is possible. Now, Bhagavan is saying it is possible to know me, to see me, and to be one with me. Tattvena praveshtum, meaning to realize my essential oneness, your essential oneness with me. Bhagavan is saying that. So if one understands this very clearly, then our desire must be, I want to have darshan of Bhagavan, I want to be one with the Lord. That is mumukshutvam. That is the bhav that devotee has, I want to have darshan of the Lord. Think about it, somebody has been taking care of us life after life after life, and we are not even bothered about that Supreme Lord. If somebody has, even in this one life, if you think about it, if somebody has been sponsoring my food and stay and study and education and everything provided to me, but that person is unknown. I don't know who that person is, but regularly, sincerely, that person is providing everything for me. At some point or the other, will there not be a desire that, who is this person? I want to meet this person. I want to thank this person. He's taking care of me so lovingly. Who is this? And if we don't have that desire and we are just enjoying the benefit of that person and we are not bothered, अरे कोई ना कोई दे पैसा दे रहा है ना, who cares? कौन होगा जाने दो. I'm concerned with enjoying the results. Bas. How ungrateful is that? That is kritagna. Absolutely ungrateful. And what is kritagna? That I understand, I feel gratitude that okay, this Lord is taking care of me life after life after life and silently is doing, not expecting anything, protecting me, taking care of me, nourishing me, nurturing me, everything. Who is the one who takes care of me in the womb? Bhagwan. Science may say some process and this and that, what the mother eats and what the child, the development and every stage of development of the child one can do, and then some medicine one can take and all that. So that has its own significance, there's no doubt. But actually, who takes care apart from all this is Bhagwan only. The real protector is the Lord. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit, he said earlier. So he is our protector. Mata Dhata Pitamaha. He is the protector, he is the father, he is the mother, he is the ultimate cause. Everything is the Lord. So one who knows this, reflects upon it, will feel that I must have darshan of Bhagwan. And then from there one will come further to realize essential oneness with the Lord. And Bhagwan only will make it happen also. So many bhaktas whom Bhagwan gave darshan, he ultimately led them to Advaita. Janabai, Bhagwan used to sit with her and grind. What do you call that? Flour. Chakki, chakki. Whatever you call that. A machine is there by which that wheat becomes flour, rice becomes flour, but that chakki, little chakki, whatever it is in English. Bhagwan used to sit with her and grind. Sit with her and make that cow dung cakes. Namdev ji, he used to talk to Vitthal Bhagwan. Mother Kali, she used to talk to Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna made Vivekanand ji meet Mother Kali 3 times. All this is not some hallucination. Intellectual person Vivekanand ji is absolute skeptic he was. And that Vivekanand ji met Mother Kali 3 times. And see the transformation that happened. So we can't just dismiss all that. And how did they get all that? Because they have this bhavana that I want to see. Intense Ananya Bhakti is required for Jnatum, Ananya Bhakti is required for Drashtum, Ananya Bhakti is required for Tattvena Praveshtum also. We think Ananya Bhakti is required only for Darshan. No. Jnatum also Ananya Bhakti is required because I won't have that intensity to study the scriptures, reflect, think, come to a proper conclusion if Bhav is not there. So they both go hand in hand. If I feel I must know more and more about this Lord, then I will open the scripture and read. The more I open the scripture and read and I reflect and I do satsang with Mahatmas and clarify my doubts and get the conviction, spend some time with such people who are bhaktas, then that bhakti will arise more and more in me and go deeper and deeper. Then bhakti has become deeper. I want to know who is this Lord. I want to have darshan. Then one starts doing japa, tapa, sadhana more intensely and the mind is occupied with only that, nothing else one wants. Even food and drink and water and all that one leaves. One is just single pointed. That much level of intensity will come. That is Ananya Bhav. Nothing one is interested in. What this world is full of Maya. So withdrawn the mind, only the Lord, Ananya Bhav. Then Bhakta will have darshan also of whatever is my Ishtadevata's Rupa which I am meditating upon, I will get darshan of that. Then Bhagwan only will ensure that the Tattva Jnana also is attained. Tattvena Praveshtum, the identity one will attain with the Lord. Tattvena Praveshtum. All this will happen through Ananya Bhav. See that. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakyaha aham evam vidho Arjuna. So if somebody thinks on path of Vedanta, I don't need bhakti, arhe, this is saying here, no, Tattvena Praveshtum. It is possible only with Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakyaha aham evam vidho Arjuna. If bhakti is not there, impossible. And when the devotee realizes oneness with the Lord, that is called para bhakti. So that is also bhakti. The means also is bhakti. Where is bhakti not there? So many people think, what is the main import of 11th chapter? There are so many imports are there of 11th chapter. And especially now it is leading into the bhakti yoga. So how much? Three things Bhagavan has said here. The steps of the stages in realization, intellectually getting clarity, conviction, then intense desire to see the Lord, and then finally merge with the Lord. I mean, understand the identity with the Lord. Swamiji, can I go from Jnatum to Tattvena Praveshtum without darshan in between? I mean, intellectually one can say all that. Yeah, you can go. But what is the use of that knowledge? If I don't have that bhavana towards Bhagavan and I don't see the Lord, feeling has to come. No? That feeling will come. When I study, feeling will come that I want to see the Lord, or I want to have vision of the Lord. And then realize the essential oneness. Technically, yes, one can realize because this Atma is our true self only. Even Upanishad, if you see, it will say in that, Yame Vaisha Vrunate Tena Labhya Tasyaisha Atma Vivrunate Tanum Swam. Whoever chooses this exclusively, that is Ananya Bhakti. That person will know. Atma will reveal itself only to that person who chooses the Atma exclusively. That is called Bhi Siddhant. No, that is called Hi Siddhant, not Bhi Siddhant. Hi Siddhant means मुझे भगवान ही चाहिए, मुझे आत्मा ही चाहिए. Meaning exclusive, only that, nothing else. He. He is Hindi word, okay? Don't say he, he, English word. No. He Siddhant means only Bhagwan, only Atmagnan, nothing else. All other desires dropped. Ananya Bhakti, that is. Ananya Bhav. Bhi Siddhant means मुझे धन भी चाहिए, शौहरत भी चाहिए, सुख भी चाहिए, पुत्र भी चाहिए, भगवान भी चाहिए. I want this also, that also, and God also. That is also. This is only. Ananya Bhav is that. So, intensity should increase. The 11th chapter tells us. So we should ask, am I in any of these three? Jnatum level am I? Am I putting in the efforts to get the complete clarity about my Ishtadevata? First of all, who is my Ishtadevata? That I have to become clear. If I don't have one, I better choose quickly. So Jnatum. Then if I know, then do I have the desire to have darshan of the Lord? To feel connected to the Lord? To have, His vision? And then intellect, third step, do I want to know the identity? What am I doing to realize my essential identity with the Lord? So Bhagavan says all these three is possible through Ananya Bhakti. At each step, Ananya Bhakti will have its different application. Tattvena Praveshtum Ananya Bhakti means there is nothing else. That is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Only one infinite truth is the reality. This body, mind, intellect, I am not. Drop. Effortlessly one will drop if the earlier step has happened. Darshana Bhagwan has happened, no, it will purify the mind like anything. One will drop, with Bhagwan's kripa only one will drop false identification. Come to realize oneness. So, Ananya Bhakti. And don't think that earlier things what I said, study of the Veda, tapasya, dana, and yajna, etc., we should not do. We have to continue to do that. But remember, Bhagwan's vision can come only through Bhagwan's kripa. Whether the non-dual vision or the vision with the form and name and qualities, it will happen only through Bhagavad Kripa. All this will invoke Bhagavad Kripa. But by themselves, they don't produce the effect. Now, having said this, what is that Ananya Bhakti? What he explained here in this shloka 54, he elaborates in 55. 5 points he gives about Ananya Bhakti. Matkar Makrin Matparamaha Madbhakta Sanghavarjitaha Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu Yasamameti Pandava. So this is called 5-star verse. 5-star chocolate, like that. 5-star verse. This 5-star verse, 11th chapter, 5-star verse. So 11 into 5, 55. Easy to remember. 5 points Bhagwan has given. If we have these 5 points, then what does Bhagwan say? That person will come to me. Meaning that earlier what was said, no, Jnatum, Drashtum, Tattvena, Praveshtum. All 3 will happen. Come to me means realize absolute oneness. Not come to me means, Arey mar jayega. He reached Bhagwan's feet. If we have these 5 points, we will die. Not physical death. Death of ego will happen. Physical death, whenever it has to happen, it will happen. But ego death, gone. Person realize oneness with the Lord. What are these 5 things? Very beautiful points. Mat karma krit. One who dedicates all actions to me, and one who also does exclusive actions for me. Acha, what is the difference, Swamiji? Exclusive actions for me meaning exclusively when I sit and do puja, japa, bhajan, abhisheka, all this. I go walk and go to the temple. All actions done exclusively for the Lord. Mat karma krit. Even if I'm doing any seva in the temple, cleaning the temple, making garland for Bhagwan, any seva, exclusively only for Bhagwan, then that is mat karma krit. Then through the day, whatever duties I am doing as per my roles, because Bhagwan has put me here, I do with the bhav, Ishvara arpitam, nechaya kritam, then that is mad karma krit. So at the action level, who dedicates all actions to me, mat karma krit. Why should he dedicate to me? Because he knows that mat paramaha. He knows I am the supreme, I am the very goal of life. All efforts are meant to finally come to realize my oneness with me. And there is that supreme permanent state of consciousness which is only the reality. Everything else is temporary, perishing. So the bhakta has done na jnatum, has studied, understood. So bhakta says Bhagwan is the supreme, everything else is illusory. So one wants to attain the Lord in and through whatever one is doing. One wants to only please Bhagwan and discover oneness with the Lord. So mat paramaha, whose goal of life is very clear, and whose life is fashioned according to that goal of life. Anything that takes me closer to the goal of life, I will engage. If it takes me away from the goal of life, I will drop. Mat karma krit, mat paramaha. Then mad bhaktaha, who is my devotee, who loves me, who has built up a relationship with me, who serves me. Emotions. He talks to me, laughs with me, sings with me, all emotions directed to Bhagwan, gets angry also with me. For the Bhakta, Bhagwan is very real. Bhakta will talk to Bhagwan also. You see so many devotees who Pushti Marg is very cute. If you see their devotion, is very nice. If you stay with them for some time, if the mind is pure and punya karma you have done, no, that bhakti will become contagious. Otherwise, some people don't understand that and they make fun. Hey, this is all childish. Here, intellectual. We study Vedanta. Consciousness alone is the truth. What they are stuck in all this rites and rituals, and they are wondering what clothes Bhagwan will wear, what to feed him today. And look, today Bhagwan is, I think, feeling little more sleepy. I think Bhagwan has not slept well last night. Some of the Pushti Margis, if you listen to them, they will say all this. And some people make fun. Arey, wo to murti hai. What you are thinking, it is all your mental imagination. They keep taunting like that. They don't understand. For the Bhakta, Bhagwan appears like that. It is true also. If you have the vision of devotion, you will also see. For Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, that Murti is not Mrinmaya, it is Chinmaya, it is alive. You and I go to Dakshineshwar, even today we can go and see the Murti, we will see only Murti there. We see stone. We may have bhavana for Ramakrishna, we may have bhavana for Mother Kali, so we go pray and come, but for Ramakrishna, it is really, she is there, he can talk. And even if the person says that Bhagwan is looking like this, looking like that, it is better to think like that about Bhagwan than to think about oneself or others in the world. That is binding. This is liberating. If the mind is filled with Bhagwan, you think about it, from morning till night they do seva of Bhagwan. And their mind is thinking of that only, which type of clothes, and now this, we according to seasons, that clothes change. Then the food also will change, the shringar will change, and various things will also change. Sometimes they will put Bhagwan ke saath all the gopis, etc. Then sometimes they will put him in the cradle. Sometimes all the, other, what you call, games and dice and all that they will put there. There is a whole science behind it of Bhakti Marg. So the mind will be absorbed in that. Bhakta thinks of only Bhagwan. Now, unfortunately, what happens? We don't want to think of Bhagwan. Our mind runs towards samsara. So we say, no, this is all very difficult. No, so I don't take this seva only. Because itna chust I can't be, so I don't take only. And then what will you do? Go and run behind the world? Fall. Even now, Ganesh Chaturthi is coming up, no? So many people, I hear them. No. Once we call Ganeshji to our house, and every year we have to keep calling, so we will not call only. Who told you all that? Is the Shastra saying that? People have created all this in their mind. No, if Ganeshji is there, you can't go out of the house at all. So, we can't do like that. So, we have things to go out, and so we can't keep Ganeshji in the house. Arey, who told you you can't go out? That is a bhavana people have, so that you don't keep traveling everywhere. So, you remain at home, so you do sadhana, and when people come to have darshan at your house, together all of you do sadhana. So, few days you remain in a sadhanamay mood and environment. That's all. Why temples don't get closed or what? Where prana pratishtha is done of Bhagavan, after we put Bhagavan to sleep, etc., temple closes or not? What is wrong if you close the house and go? No, somebody has to be there all the time. Are you want to have that bhav, so you have. Now, because of these things, now people say, no, it's better not to have Ganeshji at all. So we don't go, we don't have Ganeshji in our house. Then what will I do? No, I will do my regular puja daily, which is also good. If you are doing daily puja, continue in that, no problem. But remove this fear from the head, remove the restriction from the head. No, because of all this is too many things. Once we bring, if we can't bring every year, then what? Ganeshji will get angry. He will throw more obstacles on your way. What will happen? Confusion in the mind. Any opportunity available, we should be able to serve the Lord, worship the Lord. I'm not saying that you should bring Ganeshji, and if you don't, then anything wrong you are doing. But I'm just saying Bhakta needs an opportunity and occasion to celebrate Bhagwan. Bhakta will not find excuses not to bring Bhagwan. Bhakta will find reasons to bring Bhagwan to the house. That is Mad Bhakta. Each one's bhavana it is. You may bring a particular deity because that is your Ishta Devata, no problem. I'm just giving Ganeshji as an example. Because when we hear some of these, it sounds very, it is like an excuse that one has created not to worship the Lord. Then what will I worship? If I don't worship Bhagwan, I will worship his Maya. If I worship Maya, I will fall. If I worship Mayapati, I will rise. Where is the choice? There is no choice actually. Mad bhaktaha. So mat karmakrit, mat paramaha, mat bhaktaha. These are the three things which we should do. These are called vidhi, means which is supposed to be done. Consider the Lord as the supreme, surrender to the Lord emotionally, seek the Lord as the supreme goal, and serve the Lord through the actions. So serve, surrender, and seek. Mat karmakrit, mat bhaktaha, mat paramaha. But these three alone are not enough. Two things we have to avoid or drop also. And what are they? First one, sangha varjitaha. Bhakta does not entertain attachments. Only love for Bhagwan, no attachment to anyone, anything in the world. Because attachment is what will make us compromise from bhakti, compromise from dharma, make us comfort loving, strengthen the ego. So sangha varjita. And attachment when we have, then our mind is obsessed with what I am attached with. Then only all this anger, greed, jealousy, everything will come inside. No attachment. Love everyone as the appearance of Bhagwan, do the duties dedicated to Bhagwan, be kind, compassionate, follow values, no problem. But no attachment to anybody, no attachment to anything. Sangha varjita. And drop any enmity if dvesha is there. So basically, raga and dvesha has to be dropped. When we say sangha varjita, it means raga is gone. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu, no enmity against any being. This is our Sanatana Dharma. We see oneness everywhere. From the non-moving onwards to absolute formless Brahman, everything is one. No enmity against anybody. But of course, if somebody attacks and one has to defend, then one will protect. There's nothing wrong in that. But no hatred. If you don't follow my path, then you deserve to be killed or converted. No, that's not our culture. You follow your path, I will follow my path. Both will finally discover one truth only. There's nothing other than that absolute. That is our culture. So nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. No enmity against any being. Only love and compassion. So dvesha gone. Because both these raga and dvesha, they occupy our mind with the object of raga and dvesha, and they take us away from Bhagavan. So as per the duty, whatever I have to do, I will do. What I should not do, I will not do. No matter who that person is, however that person may try to influence me out of some attachment, etc., which they may have. If something is wrong, I will not do. If something is helping in bhakti and in seva, one will do. If that clarity is there, these are five things one says. Bhagavan says, whoever has these five, all five are required. No concession in any of these. One or two can be there. No, no. Because if any concession we take in these five, spiritual progress will get halted. Integration of the BMI is the first three instructions. Mad bhaktaha, then this mat karmakrit and mat paramaha. Body, mind, intellect will align to the higher purpose, to Bhagavan. And what will be harmful to us, that the bhakta will avoid. What will be harmful? Raga and dvesha will be harmful. Drop it. So the heart is filled with bhakti, with detachment, with seva. Whoever has these five, because there will be people who may have devotion, but they will also have attachment. Now, to the extent the attachment is there, one will fall. Arjun is the example or not? Arjun loves the Lord, he has bhakti towards the Lord, but he has attachment to Bhishma and Drona. Fell. Can't do his duty. Look at Vidurji. No attachment to anybody. Such courage and strength that he can tell what is the truth to Dhritarashtra also and tell him what you are doing is wrong. And he leaves him and goes also. Duryodhan sends him out, he doesn't bother also. He goes happily. He is the only one who has the strength to tell Bhishma that what you are doing is wrong. You can't put Dhritarashtra as the king there. Pandu has to be the king. Because no attachment in the heart. So no attachment. The bhakta is one who doesn't entertain attachment. And no aversion also. He doesn't have any hatred against Dhritarashtra or Duryodhan. So 5 qualities. Bhagwan assures here, this is actually a promise given by Bhagwan. Yaha, whoever that person may be. Any religion, caste, community, creed, gender, nationality that person may belong to. Yaha means whoever. Sa mam eti pandava. That person will come to unite with me. This is called Ananya Bhakti, where the Bhakta will unite with the Lord and there is no duality left after that. That is Ananya. Bhakta and Bhagwan become one. So this is the seed actually of the 12th chapter. 55th verse of this 11th chapter is the seed for the entire 12th chapter. Bhagwan will elaborate that 12th chapter based on this. So this chapter concludes here with Ananya Bhav for Bhagwan's form, and that same form one sees everywhere, the Virat Roop also. So Ananya Bhav means that. And what is the description of that Ananya Bhav? These 5 things. Mat karmakrit, mat paramaha, mat bhaktaha, sangavarjitaha, nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. These 5 things, if we cultivate, we will come to realize oneness with Bhagwan. Om Tatsadiति Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Vishwarupa Darshana Yogo Nama Ekadashodhyayah Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarvapapebhyah Mokshayishyami Ma Shuchah. Harihi Om. So we conclude this 11th chapter study and we again read the first shloka as a symbolic gesture that we will continue to study this. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः अर्जुन उवाच मदनुग्रहाय परमं गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितं यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम. So that's where we conclude this. Thank you very much. We offer this entire Manan Sadhana at the feet of Bhagwan. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. ओम तत्सत् कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. ओम तत्सत् चिन्मयार्पणमस्तु. All right. We also thank all our Yajmans who have supported this entire 11th chapter in all different ways. So there are so the Yajmans for the whole series: Parag Wagh, Kalpana Morparia ji, Hemant Ruya ji, Bharat Khanna ji, Achyutan Nair ji, and Nandita Parekh ji. Aarti Yajmans for all the sessions: Vipul ji, Nalini ji, Surbhi ji, Rajan ji, Sapna ji, Dipti ji, Jolly ji, Ajay ji, Kirit ji, Garima ji, Jayashri ji, Jyotsna ji, Hem ji, Vijaya ji, Vinu ji, Tarana ji, Mukta ji, and Majnu ji. The Dainik Yajman for today: Swati ji, Swati Chavan, Grishma ji, Manisha ji, Pradeep ji, Balasubramanyam ji, Mala Malkani ji, Monica Nagpal ji, and Vinod Joshi ji. And the Aarti Yajman for today: Gopal Pachisia ji. So we invoke God's grace, Gurudev's blessings on all of them, their families, and everyone present here. May Bhagwan bless us with Ananya Bhakti. May we have all these 5 qualities that Bhagwan mentioned. May we have the intellectual conviction, the desire to see the Lord, and then to experience ultimate oneness with the Lord and realize the self. Om Tat Sat. Let us see if the Aarti plays properly today. Something has been acting up all the time with Zoom. So here it is playing properly. Now let us see here if it plays. When it comes to the sharing, suddenly there's some problem in that. Uh, if anybody has any solution, you let me know. I tried to delete the software, reinstall the app, everything I tried, it is not working. Only when we start sharing this video, I mean the audio just cracks. So I'm just going to play it from outside without sharing the sound. निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मलमलहारिणी शरण रहस्यप्रदायिनी सबुनित्रकारी ओम जय भगवती देवी राग द्वेष विदारिणी तारिणी मोह सदा भवभय तारिणी परमानंद प्रदान ओम भगवती आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी कमल जनी कैले सदारिणी हरिरसिक सजनी ओम समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की कहानी सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम भगवती दया सुधा बरसावनी माता की जय कर अपनों कर लीजिए ओम जय भगवती मैया जय भगवती सुंदर ओम जय भगवती ओम ओम बोलिए गीता मैया की जय। बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Am I sharing the video with the option of sharing in the audio video mode? Yeah, I have clicked that option, share the audio. That's why that breaking up of the sound is happening. No, I don't know why that is happening. I think there is two modes, one for sharing of slides and docs and one for specifically sharing audio video. No, there is one option where we share like this. Now, when you share the screen, the option is share sound on the left side, sorry, on the right side. With that, from there only I am sharing this. So if you say share sound, then whatever sound the computer is playing, it should share to all of you who are listening. If that share sound is not there, it will not take internal sound, it will take the external sound like how we did just now. Now I don't know where else, what else do we do? Because if we say share computer audio, then the video we can't share. In the advanced section, there is computer audio. Then we can't choose the video option. Anyway, I'll figure out something else. I don't know what is the cause why this sound is breaking up. Is Vrindavan Krishna Bhagwan's Dham? That is Krishna Bhagwan's Dham on the earth. Vaikuntha is, sorry, Golok is Krishna Bhagwan's Dham, Adidaivik Loka. Vishnu Bhagwan's Dham is Vaikuntha. On the earth, yes, Vrindavan is his Dham. All right. Thank you, everyone. There's one more question. Okay. This 12th chapter details I will announce on the group. It will come out in some time. Yes, Lajjaji, go ahead.
I am pronounced to you. I have two questions. One, when we are chanting Gayatri Mantra, then someone told me ki you take the full breath in, long deep breath, and then say the mantra in one breath only. So what is correct? Normal, whatever we say, because we take two breaths then.
Whichever way you do, there's nothing wrong in that. Depends
Okay.
on your capacity. You want to do in one, you can do in one. If you want to do in two, you do in two. No problem.
Okay.
As long as the intonations are maintained, that's all is required.
Okay. And the question is that you started the youth program today for the students, so that if someone has missed today, then they can have they can continue next time or no?
If they are eligible as youth, then they can come and they can continue next time. No problem.
And what is the duration of that classes?
It is 11 to 12:30.
No, the period, how many sessions will be there, like?
I don't know, at least 5-7 minutes.
Okay.
It depends
And
on
any
you.
glimpses of that,
No.
any recordings, like short video or something of that, ki what's happening?
Only youth have to attend that. I'm not going to share anything else.
Okay. Thank you so much for everything, Swamiji. Thank you. Swamiji, Swamiji,
Yes,
my sister is getting operated tomorrow morning 8 o'clock for a knee surgery.
I already,
Please keep her in your prayers.
yeah, will do.
Thank you.